Hello everyone, my name is Kirk, and today I'm going to teach you how to crimp and put on DuPont connectors. These are DuPonts, not to be confused with JST connectors. DuPonts are kind of this like same size, but JSTs they're a little bit smaller for the female ones. Though just make sure not to get them confused. So they come in this little rack. You basically just break off one of these little pieces. I already have one here. And you'll notice there is a little triangle, and that's kind of where our wire is going to sit in that little triangle there. And then you'll crimp down the triangle and it'll just grab onto the wire. So I'm going to start by cutting off, stripping off some of the wire. Not a whole lot though. Don't need a lot to be stripped off. Just a little bit. That's probably even a little bit too much. Then you'll notice that I can take this and I can set it down inside of the DuPont, and the insulation is outside of the DuPont. What you do not want is the insulation to be inside of the DuPont. If you crimp it like this, you're doing it wrong, and it's going to mess up with the connection and make it difficult to put on and off. So just make sure when you're crimping it, the insulation is outside of the triangles. So then next you're going to use a crimper. Two crimpers here. Use this one. This one you don't want to use because it's got large and wide teeth. You'll notice that this one has thin, narrow teeth, but that are also tall. And so I need the tall, narrow teeth in order to do this properly. So I'm going to start off by taking the little metal part of the DuPont, and I'm going to set it inside the crimper and crimp down just a little bit, crimp down just a little bit, just enough to hold it in place, because that's all I need this to do is just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to take, so you'll see that it's sitting in there. It's sitting on top of the little mountains here. You don't want it sitting inside the valley because it's not going to push it down. It needs to be sitting on top of one of the mountains. And then I'm going to take my wire and I'm just going to kind of stick it in. Make sure all of the threads are in. Mine are not, but you get the idea. Make sure all of the threads are in there, and then I can just crimp down on it and make sure my insulation is outside of the crimper. None of the crimper is actually touching my insulation. And then when I open it, it's probably going to stick up here. So I'll pull this down. There we go. And then now here, you'll notice the triangle is now really small and thin. I can pull another one. That's where the triangle was, and the triangle is now it's now crimped down, and so it's wrapped around the wire, and the wire is not going to pull out of this. And then we take this little black piece here. It's got two ends. It's got the large hole and then the small hole. The DuPont is actually going to stick inside of the small hole, and then if you have a male DuPont, it's going to have a point, so it's going to stick through and it's going to come out the other side. And then you also can't just stick this in any orientation. You'll notice that there's a little square. It's the top side of the DuPont. So if I'm holding a DuPont like this, then it's where the triangles are sticking up. You want that to be the same direction on when you're sticking it in, because it's got a little box that clips on to a piece here. Oops. Some of my wire is sticking out So I'm just gonna put it in. There you go. There we go. Now I just had some wire that was sticking out and not letting it go inside. But now I can stick this in here and have it click. There's a little click. I don't know if you heard it, but my wire, because the little black box clicks onto this little notch here, and so this does not pull out. And then if I want to take this piece off, I just take a small screwdriver, and then I can lift up on the black flap. I just did this. Lift up on the black flap, and then this will pull right out. And that is how you put on DuPonts.